I was lucky enough to work for Shirkatgah Women's Resource Center, and that was basically my first experience working on gender issues, to advocacy with the government and bringing in new initiatives जिसके बारे में government ने भी पहले कभी नहीं सुना हुआ. Gender equality to me is equal opportunity for both men and women. Female versus male lawyers registered in Punjab say that they're only about 3% women as opposed to about 97% men.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। प्रोग्राम विमेन इन लॉ के एक नए एपिसोड के साथ एक दफ़ा फिर हम आपकी खिदमत में हाजिर हैं। मैं हूं आपकी होस्ट वाइज़ा रफ़ीक और मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं निदा उस्मान। आज हम बहुत एक्साइटेड हैं क्योंकि हमारे दरमियान आज एक बहुत ही अमेजिंग वुमेन इन लॉ मौजूद हैं जिनका ताल्लुक डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर से है। अभी कुछ ही देर में हम उनसे कॉन्वर्सेशन भी करेंगे। लेट्स वेलकम मिस आलिया खान एट आवर शो। वेलकम आलिया।
Thank you, Vaiza.
I can't tell you how excited I am to actually welcome you to the show. I've been a huge fan of the work that you have done.
Actually, both of us.
Both of us, and I'm sure many others, all our viewers will be very excited to, have this first one-on-one conversation with your diverse experience. I'm going to start with the general format that we have. Could you explain to us and what your academic journey has been like, and whether you always wanted to pursue this field that you eventually got into, or did your academic journey sort of nudge you in that direction?
Sure. So thank you so much for inviting me to speak at your show. It's a pleasure to reach out to other women in law like yourselves and the audience out there. So हर वकील की तरह मैंने भी अपना जर्नी शुरू किया अपना LLB करके. मैंने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ लंदन का एक्सटर्नल प्रोग्राम किया यूनिवर्सिटी कॉलेज लाहौर से. एंड देन उस 3 साल के प्रोग्राम के बाद मैंने 2 साल काम किया विद कॉर्नेलियस लेन एंड मुफ्ती एडवोकेट्स एंड सोलिसिटर्स. ऑब्जेक्टिव ये था कि मैं अपना करियर कॉर्पोरेट लॉ में ही परसू करूं, लेकिन असल में हुआ कुछ और. मैंने 2 साल काम किया उधर एंड आई रियलाइज्ड ड्यूरिंग दोज 2 years दैट आई एम नॉट कट आउट फॉर दिस वर्क. आई फाउंड इट मोनोटोनस, आई फाउंड इट अ लिटिल डल. उसी तरह का काम बार बार करना वाज नॉट इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर मी. लेकिन मैंने सीखा बहुत कुछ वहाँ पे. आई मीन आई थिंक द फर्म इज़ एन अमेजिंग प्लेस, अ रियली गुड ब्रीडिंग ग्राउंड फॉर लॉयर्स, फॉर यंग लॉयर्स स्पेसिफिकली. तो एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा था इन द सेंस दैट इट हेल्प्ड मी डिसाइड कि मैं ये नहीं करना चाहती. सो उस तरह से बहुत अच्छा था. फिर मैं 1 साल के लिए अपना LLM करने गई टू अमेरिका. LLM में मैंने अपनी फ़ील्ड कम्प्लीटली चेंज की. आई स्टार्टेड ऑन द सोशल जस्टिस एंड पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट साइड. मैंने डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस पढ़ा, जेंडर पढ़ा, करेक्शंस लॉ पढ़ा, जुवेनाइल जस्टिस पढ़ा, कैपिटल पनिशमेंट पढ़ी, हेल्थ लॉ पढ़ा. सो काफ़ी इस तरह के कोर्सेज. जी बिल्कुल. द आइडिया वाज टू यूज़ द LLM टू फाइंड आउट कि मुझे किस चीज़ में इंटरेस्ट है. सो थैंकफुली आई वाज एबल टू डू दैट. एंड देन द आइडिया वाज आल्सो कि मैं LLM करके पाकिस्तान वापस आऊँ, बिकॉज ह्यूमन राइट्स के काम की ज़रूरत पाकिस्तान में कहीं ज़्यादा है बनिस्बत के अमेरिका में. एंड बीइंग अ पाकिस्तानी ऑफ कोर्स आई फेल्ट स्ट्रांगली कि मैं वापस जाके अपने मुल्क में ये काम करना चाहती हूँ. So when I came back to Lahore, I started working with the German Agency for International Development, GIZ, on a criminal justice program which was basically training public prosecutors in Punjab. So हमने prosecutors की trainings lead की on forensics, on the criminal justice system, on what goes wrong in trials, how to lead better trials, how to achieve a higher rate of convictions without obviously violating rights of accused people. उसके बाद that was a really good experience, लेकिन the project was very short-lived. After that, I started working with the American Bar Association's Rule of Law Initiative, again on a training program, but this time for lawyers. We were training lawyers on international human rights law, basically trying to build a narrative of human rights law in Pakistan. उसके अंदर हमने जजेस के साथ भी काफ़ी डायलॉग किया, लॉयर्स के साथ ट्रेनिंग्स की, लॉ स्टूडेंट्स के साथ बहुत इंगेज किया. Again, the attempt was just to build a solid base of human rights law in Pakistan. After that, I was lucky enough to work for Shirkatgah Women's Resource Center, and that was basically my first experience working on gender issues. Shirkatgah में मैंने कोई 2 साल काम किया, and it was a very interesting experience. I was affiliated with their law department. हम लोग government को बहुत advise करते थे on what laws to bring about, what changes current laws need, what policies to bring about for women's betterment. उनका एक एडवोकेसी प्रोग्राम है जिसके अंदर हम लोग डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे एडवोकेसी ग्रुप्स को लॉज पे ट्रेन करते थे, जो कि आगे जाके फिर लीगल अवेयरनेस सेशंस कंडक्ट करते थे कम्युनिटीज़ में. So that was again a very interesting step in my career.
An immediate gratification also, which you
Yes.
probably were missing in your law
Yes.
firm or your purely, you know,
It was very meaningful work. So of course that side of it was very it was really great to just have that angle to any work that I was doing. And I think the work at Shirkatgah then paved the way for me to delve deeper into gender. उसके बाद I started working at Rehnuma Family Planning Association of Pakistan. वहाँ पे I was leading a project on early age marriage, HIV and AIDS, and building youth life skills based education. So वो भी, it was again a very it was a project that involved district level community awareness as well as advocacy with national and provincial governments. So वो भी बहुत मतलब it was a short lived project as well. Again, it was all project based work. Development sector has that. Well, I don't know if it's an advantage or a disadvantage, but everything is pretty much project based. But उसके बाद I got an amazing opportunity to work at Punjab Commission on the status of women. And I've been there for 3 years now. It's been quite a journey. I mean, हमने commission में बहुत ज़्यादा काम किया, from running campaigns to projects to advocacy with the government and bringing in new initiatives जिसके बारे में government ने भी पहले कभी नहीं सुना हुआ, like the helpline for women in Punjab, the gender management information system, the leadership project that I was leading, जिसके अंदर we were trying to improve women's numbers on leadership positions in the public sector. इसके बारे में तो government ने मतलब this was a completely new thing for the government as well, having somebody come to their office and say कि जी आपने ख़वातीन रखनी है boards और committees पे. ये this was मतलब a ground breaking initiative in my opinion, and it was a lot of fun as well. लेकिन obviously मुश्किल भी था because I had to start from scratch, explain to people कि जी क्यों ज़रूरी है ख़वातीन का होना on boards and committees, क्यों diversity ज़रूरी है, क्यों inclusion ज़रूरी है. So it was a tough journey, लेकिन very exciting, and I hope it continues, because ज़रूरत बहुत है ऐसे काम की पंजाब में.
Definitely, बिल्कुल नहीं, that is amazing. In fact, development में this is very interesting, and the other side of the law that you can sort of play with your law degree and you can just bring it on those lines as well. So what were the challenges in this development sector? Like, you've done a lot, you started with PCSW and started a lot of new projects and everything. So where do you think you found challenges, and where the journey was a bit difficult and you
terms
said
of the work especially,
Yeah.
the kind of work, because this kind of work is unprecedented in Pakistan.
Absolutely.
Especially with you mentioned the gender management information system.
Yeah.
I think that was probably one of the
that was
most,
never thought of in Pakistan.
So I mean, I'm sure there must have been challenges to that effect. So if you could just
Absolutely. So the challenge with anything you do for the first time is के to get through to people कि जी ये काम भी ज़रूरी है, because उनकी नज़रों में उन्होंने ना कभी पहले देखा होता है और ना कभी किसी ने उनके साथ ये सब्जेक्ट ये अप्रोच किया होता है. So it's always difficult to introduce people to a new concept and a new project and a new initiative. So वो तो generally एक difficulty थी with anything that PCSW began, because we began a lot of things. So it was difficult to tell people कि जी gender disaggregated data हमें क्यों चाहिए, because इससे पहले पंजाब में on an official level हमेशा जो data collect होता था वो होता था जी कि for instance के total बच्चे कितने हैं स्कूल में. It was never के लड़के कितने हैं और लड़कियाँ कितनी हैं, right? And another example के पंजाब के जेल्स में लोग कितने हैं, हाउ मेनी प्रिजनर्स आर देयर एज अपोज टू हाउ मेनी women prisoners as opposed to men.
So the gender
are
element
there.
जो
So
उसमें
we
add करना
added
है.
that gender element and made them see why it was important because needs इतनी फ़र्क होती हैं
बिल्कुल,
of
बिल्कुल.
men and women.
और आपकी पॉलिसीज बदल जाती हैं
बिल्कुल.
उसके हिसाब से एवरीथिंग
बिल्कुल.
चेंजेस योर एंटायर लेंस
हाँ,
एंड
और बदली.
चेंजेस
So we've seen this change as well, that once we started introducing the government to this side of the data as well, we started seeing this change कि जी they started introducing things
that
like
perspective.
अच्छा सो यहाँ इस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में अगर लड़कियाँ कम जा रही हैं स्कूल तो वो क्यों जा रही हैं कम, उनके पास ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं है, उनके पास सेफ्टी नहीं है, so what can the government do? So these questions started arising because of the data that we collected and gave to them. So it was very
wonderful.
That's phenomenal because with gender, I mean, it's still such a relatively new concept, and despite all the efforts that have gone into it by the kind of work that you people are doing and all other people, NGOs and the development sector, the concept is still very like misunderstood, I would say, and people, I don't know, equate it with all sorts of things which it is not. So you what is gender equality to you? And like, how do you think it is misunderstood? It's a term that is misunderstood. So how would you sort of clarify it, or how would you explain it? What is
So I
gender
think
equality?
Gender equality to me is equal opportunity for both men and women. So whereas I recognize, and I'm sure we all recognize, that men and women have certain differences, they have different needs, they have different strengths, different weaknesses, but I feel like there is above all that a need to provide equal opportunity to both genders.
And I think in that context, there's a new word that's been coined, a new phrase that's now being substituted for equality, which is gender equity.
Yes.
So, as in, does that sort
And
of
I think
resonate
that-
more? You
yes,
think that is a
absolutely.
better term?
Absolutely.
Because
It
when you
definitely
when you
is.
say equality, then they sort of start counter attacking you. कि अच्छा फिर equality तो मर्दों के लिए
लेकिन
नहीं
इक्वल
हो.
तो नहीं है, तो
Exactly.
फिर आप ये
हाँ.
कैसे कह सकते हैं?
Exactly.
So yes, gender equity correctly defines it because that means कि आपकी ज़रूरत के हिसाब से आपको opportunity मिलनी चाहिए, right? So where women lack, वहाँ पे आपको औरतों को promote करने की ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. That's basically the concept of gender equity. So yes, I completely agree that there is a need to promote gender equity more than there is equality.
Because equality, I think, runs into a lot of difficulties conceptually and ideologically in this country, and they think that it's about equality, like of course
In each and every term.
exactly, and biological
So on
equality
and
or something,
scales
but
and
it's
everything.
not that.
And
so
then
grossly
the point
misunderstood.
kind of gets skewed
Yeah.
in
Yes,
that whole
yeah,
argument.
And so I think it's important to explain to the people that no, this is what it means, and and basically equality of opportunity. I mean, I would actually add equality of opportunity to access your fundamental rights, basically. So if you just relate it to the fundamental rights chapter of the Constitution, it kind of just makes the point more like easier to be comprehended by people who are not really comfortable with the idea of using these
I think
words.
we should use that connection more often.
I think
relating
so.
it to
Yeah,
fundamental
because
rights.
when you talk of it in terms of fundamental rights which are enshrined in the Constitution, then it's no longer a foreign agenda. It's part of your Constitution that has been there since 1973. So it kind of brings it all home and kind of brings it all
Bilkul.
together.
And the Constitution in fact makes room for gender equity by saying
Absolutely.
that
Yes,
providing
does.
special opportunity and special provision for
Exactly.
women and children.
Exactly.
So उससे आपको ये लीवे मिलता है कि जी आप इनको extra chance दें, इनको promote ज़्यादा करें where they require it.
Where they require it.
So,
Absolutely.
So that's
yes.
the best example of gender equity within the constitution
Yes, it
itself.
is.
So yes. So what do you think that this is the thing required to excel in development sector?
Oh,
if at this skill set or the ideas or the blend in personality that you probably think is important if you want to get into development sector.
So I think it requires a special kind of drive, सबसे पहले तो, because there are a lot of roadblocks that a person faces when they're trying to do groundbreaking work. And even if you're not trying to do groundbreaking work, if you're taking a new concept, not even a new concept, if you're taking a used concept for the first time to another person, तो आपको उसको अपने level पे लाने के लिए you have to really try very hard. So you have to possess that drive, have that perseverance to make sure that you get your motive and your aim fulfilled. और हर किसी के में नहीं होता. I'm not saying कि मेरे में है और बाकियों में नहीं है, but like हर किसी में नहीं होता. It's a very tough journey. और काफ़ी दफ़ा I've also so an example at the commission as well. While I was leading the Women in Leadership project at the commission, so this was it was very difficult to convince a lot of people in the government why women need to be on boards. And one of the things that worked for us was कि पंजाब में अब इस चीज़ के ऊपर law है. The Punjab Fair Representation of Women Act actually mandates 66 government entities have 33% women on their boards. And if I was ever to approach an entity that was not among those entities, they would say, Madam, why should we? हमारे ऊपर mandate तो नहीं है ना. So why should we increase women on our boards? If you're bringing a policy measure to us, a policy measure is not mandatory on us. Then to turn around and go back to them and say कि जी आपको, and then present literature to them, which obviously they may not be able to relate to, was not an easy task.
So you think that that kind of spirit and drive is something that is really missing from the overall academic culture, or is it just that people are more comfortable with the kind of traditional job opportunities that are there in the field of law, and they feel more sort of acclimatized to take to those kind of opportunities more, or is it the other factors like maybe a financial reward or some other gain? Because I think development sector is still not considered a full-time or a full-fledged proper career path or career line, still relegated to,
people don't take it very
to
seriously.
second position something. So like
I've had people come to me and say कि आप social work करती हैं. So yes, development is quite a number of times confused with charity and social work and all that. But I do think that maybe the younger generation needs to be more committed to certain causes to actually take it forward. And yes, a lot of people don't think that after studying law they can come into development at all.
Yes, that's the whole point, because a lot of people think that there are very traditional basic things that you can do with your degree and the careers that you can choose.
Yes.
Development is probably the last opportunity.
But that's what I want to ask. Is it that our law degrees are not preparing our students for research and the kind of culture that is required, the kind of ethic and aptitude that is required? Because as in, what are we really preparing our students for? I mean, even the traditional career is way off. When people actually get into profession, they have to start from scratch and on the job. So like our degrees are really not in line with the kind of practice or the opportunities or the skill set that is demanded in practice.
You're absolutely right. I think spot on कि हमारी जो law degrees हैं, they prepare us for very traditional careers in law. Going to court and litigating is also kind of a skill that is learned on the job. लेकिन generally आपका जो career path है वो perceive ही ऐसे किया जाता है कि जी अभी इसने अगर LLB किया है या LLM किया है तो then she'll go into a law firm. It's never taken for granted, or it's never considered as a natural consequence कि ये किसी NGO में जाएगी या government में जाके काम करेगी.
That's interesting because as in law is such a vast field, and we've also through our initiative and through the kind of people we've had come and talk to us about the kind of experiences or the kind of things they've been able to do with their law degree. So it's such a vast pool of opportunity. And it's unfair that यहाँ पे पाकिस्तान में अभी भी उसको एक बहुत ट्रेडिशनल लेंस से देखा जाता है, and उसमें भी इतने challenges आते हैं कि आपकी skill set उस तरह से है कि नहीं. But what's the interesting thing that I noted about her was that after her LLB, she did work in a traditional law firm for 2 years.
Yes.
And then changed her career path and line altogether. So did that help you, as in, would you recommend that to the future generation?
Absolutely.
That they should first work and then go for their masters?
Yes.
Would that be one of...
For sure. क्योंकि काम करके आपको पता चल जाता है कि are you cut out for a certain kind of work and what kind of work do you like? To be honest, after I graduated and when I started working at CLM, मेरा the natural career path that I thought I would take was pursue an LLM in like commercial or banking law. I mean, I ended up doing the complete opposite of that. So आपको काम करके ये definitely पता चल जाता है कि आपने यही चीज़ बाद में करनी है या नहीं करनी. I think working before pursuing an LLM is very essential क्योंकि it helps clarify and create your focus. It helps you decide कि आप बाद में क्या करना चाहते हो. Otherwise, I mean, you can easily, you know, pursue a master's program which you will realize later कि आपको तो ये काम पसंद ही नहीं है.
नहीं, बिल्कुल ये बहुत ज़रूरी है बिकॉज इस तरह तो आप एक entirely different लाइन पर जाके eventually you realize कि हमें तो ये करना ही नहीं था and you know
and then it's too late to switch over.
Yeah.
Because you've invested so much time and money into a complete academic program, तो फिर आप वो दोबारा नहीं कर सकते.
Very valuable years, not coming back.
Absolutely. So let's discuss about this Women in Law initiative as well. कि what do you think about this initiative, Women in Law, जो काम कर रहा है in general? Do you think कि जो required है कहीं ना कहीं वो gap fill हो रहा है, या what suggestions could you make to, you know, improve the work that we're doing?
So I think it's a great initiative, and hats off to Nida for, you know, starting the Women in Law network. Thank you for providing us all with a network with, you know, which we can use to cultivate our contacts, to get jobs, to get advice, guidance from senior lawyers, and, you know, for the younger generation to also learn from our experience. I do think that generally women lack the time as well as maybe the skill to network, and women don't get a chance to invest so much in networking. एक तो मतलब टाइम की कमी होती है because most of us are putting in a second shift in the evening at home. So because of that, because of the time constraint as well, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है that we you know, get a chance to create networks and build them and just bond over our, you know, mutual femaleness.
I think networking on the job से ज़्यादा important networking off the job रहती है, जो कि obviously ज़्यादा accessible है मर्दों को, and I think technology is a great equalizer in that context.
Yeah, and I think you've capitalized on just that, which is excellent.
I honestly think it has been a team effort. It's been a pleasure to have people like you part of that initiative who really honestly, you know, made it what it is today, because without this kind of support I don't think any of this was possible. But in general, taking on from her question, I would also like to ask you कि आपका generally women in law के हवाले से मतलब what's your experience been in terms of the profession, क्योंकि आपका litigation का भी 2 साल करा है और फिर development sector में, how do you compare the two, being a woman, being a female? You know, was there any difference? Do you agree with the kind of challenges female lawyers face? Yeah, उस हवाले से if you'd like to say something, that'd be great.
I do. I think generally in any profession where male domination exists, it's important for women to have that that solid ground on which they can also bond and on which they can also relate to each other, support each other, be there for each other, make sure that challenges they've been through do not face other women, newer women who are entering the field. And of course, it always helps to learn from other people's experiences, whether you're in development or you're in or you're practicing law. It always helps to, you know, have another person on board जिसके experiences वही रहे हैं और जिनसे आप सीख सकते हो कुछ ना कुछ.
Yeah, I think the culture of supporting each other is very important to be instilled, and how we can uplift each other in that process.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, and the purpose of this initiative. One of the major purposes of this initiative.
Yeah, absolutely, and it also breeds a good ground for mentoring.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I remember when I started out, there was a lack of female leadership in law, in the field of law, and I think it would have helped everybody at that stage. But अब ये थोड़ा बहुत gap fill हो रहा है, and then networks like Women in Law also help filling that gap, because आपकी अगर अपनी law firm में नहीं है तो आपको कहीं और कोई मिल जाएगा. So that's another advantage of having a network.
So I'm glad it's turned out the way it has. I hope to take it forward, and thank you so much. Before we close, we'd like to take your final comments, a final message, you know, to the young law students, especially female law students, but in general, to
Audience
all,
as well.
to all the viewers. So any final messages that, you know, you'd like to send out to them who are people who are starting out their journey in law? What
So I
would your
think it's
advice to
never
them be?
easy to be a woman in law. I mean, literally data that we've collected on female versus male lawyers registered in Punjab say that they're only about 3% women as opposed to about 97% men. That's literally what the data says. So in an environment like that, it's very important to support each other. It's very important to stay determined, to make sure you know what your focus is and to stay committed to it. And of course, nobody can get anywhere without hard work. There are no shortcuts in life. There's no point in trying to find one or to try to rely on something that's worked for you for a little while. There's no substitute for hard work. You know, that is my message to all the young female lawyers out there.
Stay determined.
Absolutely.
And support each other.
Support
Basically,
each other and keep working. क्योंकि उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. हाँ.
All right, thank you so much Alia for coming. Thank you for taking time out
Thank
for
you
this
for
show.
inviting me.
नहीं, it's a pleasure. इसी के साथ हमारा ये एपिसोड इख्तिताम को पहुंचा. मुझे और निदा उस्मान को दीजिए इजाज़त. एक नए एपिसोड के साथ हाजिर होंगे बहुत जल्द. तब तक के लिए स्टे ट्यून्ड. खुदा हाफ़िज़.